So our video for today will be about one of the most tragic events that took place in the Marvel Ultimate Universe, namely the death of the Ultimate Spider-Man in his battle against the Green Goblin, which took place in the Ultimate Spider-Man number 160, published in 2011. The story begins when Norman Osborn, once again transformed into the Green Goblin, escapes S.H.I.E.L.D.'s prison, along with Dr. Octopus, Sandman, Kraven the Hunter, Electro, and the Vulture. Osborn says that this is the perfect time to kill Spider-Man. Dr. Octopus, however, decides that he has no grudge whatsoever against Peter Parker and wants to continue his career as a scientist. Enraged that Dr. Octopus doesn't want to participate in killing Spider-Man, the Goblin fights Octopus and kills him, and then flees along with the remaining villains. Mary Jane tells Peter that Norman Osborn has escaped from prison and would definitely come after his family. Peter arrives home and asks Aunt May and Gwen Stacy to pack and drive away from the city until he calls them. He then heads out to find Norman, when he once again is called by Mary Jane. She tells him that she just witnessed Norman murdering Dr. Octopus on the news. Spider-Man heads to where the battle took place to find Octopus' body lying lifeless in the middle of the street. He starts looking for the villains when he spots Captain America standing over a beaten Nick Fury. He then sees the Punisher aiming his sniper rifle at the Captain. Peter jumps and pushes him out of the way, only to get hit by the bullet himself. Peter manages to regain his composure and treats his wounds. He decides that he needs to go to a hospital, however, doing so will reveal his secret identity, which he decides he is fully prepared to do. He then spots the villains and follows them to his house instead of going to the hospital. The villains are confronted by Iceman and Human Torch. They start fighting, but the villains manage to overpower the heroes. Just as they are about to enter Peter's house, they spot him down the street unmasked. He quickly takes out the Vulture, and even though he can barely stand, he gets prepared to fight them. Peter lies and tells them that S.H.I.E.L.D. and the new Ultimates are on their way, and that it would be in their best interest to surrender. Peter was attacked, but kicks open a fire hydrant and aims the jet of water at them. Electro shorts out and electrocutes both Sandman and Kraven before knocking out Electro. The battle continues and Peter gets even more injured than before. One of the neighbors calls Aunt May and informs her that her nephew is Spider-Man and that he is about to be killed. She speeds back home and arrives just as Electro is about to finish Peter, and manages to shoot him 3 times. Electro falls to the ground seemingly dead, but not before once again shorting out and electrocuting Sandman and the Vulture, leaving them both unconscious. Aunt May grabs Peter and they embrace. Norman then wakes up and stands over them, ready to finish them off. Peter carries Aunt May and Gwen to safety as Osborn attacks. Osborn and Peter start fighting. Losing blood and stamina, Spider-Man tries to wake up the Human Torch, who attacks the Goblin. But as the Goblin's powers are fire-based, he manages to absorb the flame right from the Torch's body and blasts him, knocking him out cold again. Mary Jane then arrives and hits the Goblin with a truck. Peter and MJ embrace before he throws her out of the harm's way and whips her up safely. Peter finally manages to throw the truck on the Goblin, but it suddenly blows up in Peter's face, throwing him away. Extremely weakened and injured, Peter finally dies in the hands of Aunt May, with a smile on his face after saying, "It's okay, I did it. Don't you see? I couldn't save him, Uncle Ben, no matter what I did, but I saved you." Finally, a smirking Norman Osborn also dies in the midst of the explosion's flames. It was revealed later on that Peter managed to survive his death thanks to his immortality as a result of the same Oz formula that gave him his powers in the first place. So that was one of the Marvel Ultimate Universe most tragic events that really shocked the fans upon its release. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching, and have a nice one.